Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm going to talk to you about some plays yesterday that hit. It was an 8-3 day. I'm going to give you guys some batter props in this video. I'm actually going to go through them. I have not looked at them, but I want to show you my process on how I find these guys and how profitable they've been. I'm going to show you, like I said, the receipts for yesterday was 8 wins and 3 losses. So overall, the mindset also I wanted to talk about real quick is, for example, yesterday I had 2 batters that didn't hit, and then one of the games that didn't hit, and that was very like midday, and I was already thinking like, shit, man, I'm losing. It's gonna be a bad day, stuff like that. And then sure enough, they came back, and I won 8-3. What's up? Good morning. It was an 8-3 day overall. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is the mindset is just because 1 or 2 plays are losing, don't think that the day is going to shit. And also don't chase your bets, because what I could have done easily and what I used to do in the past when I didn't know what I was doing is I would see those 2 batters that were losing or the play that was losing, and then I would try to like make it up and try to throw them some random crap. And then that's how you start losing more and more. So you want to stay away from that stuff. Basically, don't chase your bets is what I'm trying to say there. Also, today I'm going to give you a play. I'm going to look at. I was looking very strongly on the Braves, but I'm actually going to stay away from them. And this is another thing that I want to talk about is conserving your bankroll, because just because there's games on doesn't mean you have to place a bet. So I see that over and over and over. And when I was doing TikTok lives, I would have like 150 people on there, and they were like thirsty. It seemed like they were very thirsty. Like, give me a play, give me a play. And sometimes you just don't want to place the bet. And by not placing the bet, you're actually winning. So before I continue, guys, like I said, I'm gonna talk to you about the Braves and why it's so powerful, but I'm actually gonna stay away from that game. And I'll explain why. I'm also gonna go through the process on how I find these batter props. I'm looking at around there's a list of about 12 batter props. I don't know if there's going to be any that are going to be played or not, but I'm going to go through that with you on this live. So first thing I want to talk about, guys, is go to the link in the description. Or I'm sorry, I'm going to post a link on the video that's going to say Google form. And what you want to do is you want to fill out this form. If you're one of the people that fills out the form, is going to be 2 people that I'm giving away 1 month for free. So it's a very simple form. Basically, let me share this. Give me a second. It's a very simple form. You just put in your email, your name, and your phone number, and then it just asks you what's your number one thing that we can help you with your sports betting, or what is the one thing that you need help with. Okay, and then there's also says what tools are you using. It's a very simple form, like I said, and then it's asking you what would you be interested in: VIP picks, group chat access, data. Look how simple this form is, and you fill it out, and if you do. There's only the first 100 people. There's only 6 people that have replied so far, but only the first people are going to be accepted. And I'll be putting out the winner on Saturday. It's going to be 2 winners, 1 month free pass for a VIP. That's worth $200. So send me a DM. Actually, send me a text message and say, hey, I want the form. And also go to the link in the description, click on free. I'm going to post there as well later today. So let me just show you where that is. That's going to be here. Go to free picks, and then I'm going to give you my cell phone number. Well, this is the business number, but let me give it to you. Text me there and say, hey, I want access to try to get the $200 free VIP for 1 month. So like I said, it's a simple little form. Just fill that out, and you'll get access. Well, you'll be in a giveaway raffle. All right, guys. So anyways, if you haven't done so, go to the link in the description and then click on free picks. That's where I'm going to post all these picks that I'm coming up with today. There's not much. There's only 6 games out today, so there's not much. So like I said, I'm going to go through the batter props, and I'm going to show you why I'm staying away from the Braves. What I might do is actually just catch them if they're live and they're losing by 1 run. So there's a lot of early games today. You got to be aware of that as well. And let me get started here. So really quickly, guys, it's going to be the Padres we hit for this yesterday. It was a 3-1. They won 3-1. Or actually, I don't know the final score. I think it was like 6-3 or something like that. I can't remember. I took this screenshot early because it was getting late in the night, and I wanted to throw it out there. So that hit for us actually overall. And then I had the Rangers with the Padres. This is what I was confusing it with. The Rangers were 8-3 for Colorado. I also had a little side note, which I'm not including in here, which was the Colorado Rockies under 3.5 team total, which I'm going to be testing, and it hit for us yesterday. So I'll be testing that one. Then we had the Rangers -1. I talked about all these plays on the live yesterday. I talked about the Rangers, I talked about the Yankees, and I talked about the Padres. I gave those for free in this live yesterday. Then we had Renfroe. This is a under RBI, which has been hitting very good for us. Manny Machado, I gave away for free. Diamondbacks, I didn't talk about, but I'm testing some stuff. That's why I didn't want to share it. But that came through. And then, like I said, the Yankees. So the Yankees did win, and I gave all the reasoning why I thought they were going to win, and it was a little bit questionable. I said they might not win. It was my weakest play of the day, but sure enough, it came through for us. And there you go, guys. That's the other one, Xavier Edwards. So two of the guys didn't hit, which was Quan and I forgot the other guy, and then one play didn't hit. So 3 did not, 8 did. So for me personally, it was about an $85 profit day because of the 3 losses. Otherwise, it would have been like $250 or something like that. Anyways, like I said, 8-3 day, great day. In the comments, Scott is saying it was a winning day yesterday. Yeah, for sure. All right. If you haven't done so, guys, if you're on Twitter, I know there's a lot of people on here that are on Twitter. So go to YouTube, or actually go to the link in the description, or go to beastsportspicks.com and then click on free picks. Make sure you get the free picks. That's where I'm putting up the batter props, some of the plays. I'm throwing up my links to YouTube. Also, if you haven't done so, go to YouTube, which is this link right here, and click on that play button right there, and that'll take you to YouTube, and subscribe over there. That's where I put all my effort and videos and stuff like that. All right. So this is what I'm going to be using. It's called Outlier, but this is only for verification. I don't use Outlier for anything else except for verification. So I'll get back to this, but this is called Outlier. The link is also in the description for this tool. Again, it's called Outlier. All right. Here's some of the data that we get from Outlier. You can see right here for today, there's only 6 games. And out of those 6 games, not every game has stats. So not stats, it's called insights. So for example, right here is telling you the Nationals are 30% hit rate in the last 30 games on the road. Baltimore Orioles are 33% in the last 12 games as a favorite. Astros are 30% in their last 10 games on the road. So those are, again, called insights. And the reason this is important is, like, let's say, for example, I was going with the Nationals today. And then I'm like, wait a minute, these guys suck on the road. They've only won 9 games on the road. So that's important. Look at this. All the games today, or 3 of the 6 games, have gone on the under. I was actually, like I said, looking at the Braves. And it said that the Braves were going to go on the under and the Nationals were going to go on the under. So it's looking like an under game. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not telling you to go with it. But this sort of insight is what's decent. I'm actually starting to post all these insights for inside the Discord. So go on the link in the description, click on Discord access. And if you want that, you'll get these stats. I'm going to start doing this on a daily basis. So we'll put them in there. Yesterday, I threw them out there as well. All right. Now let's talk about the Braves. Like I said, I'm not going to get into all the details here. I'm just going to give you a quick breakdown. It's basically much better pitching. Like I just showed you, the Nationals are 33% on the road. What else? Better bullpen. The lineup is a better lineup. Home field advantage. The odds are supporting Atlanta. The national road struggles. Offensive expectations. Both teams, like I said, are going on the under. There's a lot of the indications here that the Braves should win this game. You want to take a screenshot of this? Go ahead. But I'm not touching the Braves unless this is the only way I'm going to touch the Braves is if the game starts. Hey, let's talk about that awful beard. Talk to your barber, bro. Okay. I guess we got the haters in here now. Whatever, dude. So basically the Braves, everything is lining up towards the Braves. Okay. And like I said, they got but then the things that are missing here are the Nationals are actually on the opposite side. So for example, you can see here the sharp money's coming in on the Nationals. So that's already one negative I don't like. Also, if you look over here, the line is shifting. So they're talking shit in the chat, dude. Whatever, man. There's always haters. I don't understand like why you feel the need that you're going to be funny and come in here and talk shit, and I'm going to laugh with you, or you're going to have people laughing with you, dude. If that's how petty your life is, and you have to come in here and talk shit, I'm sorry. I'm actually feel sorry for you, bro. Go get a life. So here you go, man. Nationals, like I was saying, is Braves are minus 220. They started at a 225, and now it's at a 210. So the line shifted in the opposite direction going towards the Nationals. So the reason that actually, I'm showing you the wrong screen here. That this is what I was trying to say. It started at a 225 right here, and now it's at a 210. And you can see all the bets and all the percentage of the money. Everything's coming in on the Braves. But what? Okay, so also the sharp money and the big money, everything's coming in on the Braves. So if that's the case, why is the line shifting towards the Nationals? Again, the line is shifting in the Nationals because of the sharp money and the big money, and it's enough to push this line backwards. So that's the reason I'm staying away from the Braves. Unless the only way I'll take the Braves is if they start the game, and from that start of the game, they the Nationals start winning. So let's say the Nationals are up 1-0 or 2-0 or whatever, then I'll take the Braves at a +1.5 or a +1 or something like that. So that's the way I'm playing this. Otherwise, I'm staying away. And like I said, the Braves, there's no other game besides this game that I'm looking at. Every other game doesn't make sense at all. So I'm staying away. I'm not forcing anything. And like I started this conversation was sometimes it's better not to place a bet than to throw out some junk. So again, guys, if you want all the updates and stuff like that, get the link in the description. Click on free picks. Also, if you're on Twitter, I see there's about 36 people on Twitter. Go to the link in the description. Click on this little play button. That'll take you to YouTube. And then you'll get the alerts whenever I post these picks. All right. So let me continue here. I'm going to go right into the batter props. So the batter props, it's a scraper that we use. And we basically go to DraftKings and we look at all the batters that are supposed to get 2 hits. So if you look at this entire list right here, I'm not going to get through all these batters because there's not too many today anyway. But you can see there's over 150 rows, which is about 15 batters. 15 batters are projected to get 2 hits. This is how the research starts. From here, then I have somebody filter that out, and it gives me the batters that have hit at least 1 hit in the last 8 games. So minimum of 1 hit, 8 games. It doesn't matter if it's 8 games in a row or whatever. Just out of the last 10 games that they've gotten 1 hit, and they're projected to get 2 hits today. So I hope that's making sense. If not, let me know in the comments, and I can see about that. So you can see, for example, this one does have some batter information against the pitcher. So they call these splits. You can see this dude right here, Gunnar Henderson, has gotten a lot of hits. If I just did a little summary here, if I just did all these hits that he's gotten, he's actually gotten 16 hits in the last 10 games. So again, look at, he's got 3, 2, 0, 1, whatever, all of these hits. Plus he's faced his pitcher 4 times and he's gotten 3 hits out of those four at bats. He's gotten 3 hits. That's a 75% hit rate. Okay. Now this one is telling me that there's no pitcher data. That means that this batter hasn't faced the pitcher that he's facing today. And like I said, I'm going to use Outlier to confirm this. But right now, this is the cleaned up version. And then there's actually some batters that I already removed before I jumped on this live. And that's when I decided to come in here to show you. But I came in here because the batters had showed that they went up to bat and there was 0 hits. So then I removed those as well. So for example, right here, Shohei Ohtani, let's just say he went up to bat 1 time against this, let's say 3 times he went up to bat against this pitcher, for example, and he's got 0 hits. So then I remove them automatically. I already did that for some batters, meaning that they've came up to bat and they got 0 hits. So I removed those already. Okay. So I'm just kind of confirming that. Now, again, all of these batters have gotten at least 1 hit in a minimum of 8 games in the last 10. All right. Now I see right here, this is another thing I look at, is in the last game, you can see the date right here. It's a 5/14/25. So that means that they played yesterday. Okay. This dude is showing me for 2 games ago. So they didn't. Did they play yesterday? I don't know. Yeah, I think they did. Let me go check. Dodgers. So, anyways, let me actually use Outlier to confirm this, because you can see here that it's telling me that the last game was on the 13th, but in reality, the Dodgers did play yesterday. I remember, and they're not showing yesterday's game, so I don't know if he got a hit or not. So that's why I use Outlier to confirm this stuff. So let me just kind of go through it. I'm gonna go through the 3 batters here, and I'm gonna go to propositions. I'm gonna go to hits, and I'm looking to get 1 hits. Okay. So we got Gunnar Henderson to get 1 hit. So you can see right there, that's a 90% hit rate. I'm looking right over here where the pitcher data is 386. So this dude is pretty decent. Now let's keep going. Like I said earlier, he's faced his batter, or he's faced his pitcher 8 times, and he's gotten 2 hits. That does not match what this is saying up here. This is saying he's faced his pitcher 4 times, and he's gotten 3 hits. So it's not matching. That percentage of 7.5 is wrong. It's actually an average of 0.250. So that already brings it down in value. But anyways, I still like it. But this is the reason I confirmed this stuff, because otherwise I would have been thinking this guy gets 75% hit rate against this pitcher, but in reality, he only gets 0.225. I hope that makes sense. So anyways, he's gotten 90% hit rate overall. You can see he's got a lot of games with 2 hits. We don't even care about none of this. We just need him to get 1 hit. So right here, I can see that Sleeper has him for minus 310. I have to go check FanDuel and stuff like that, but I do like this to get 1 hit. So I'm going to type in Gunnar Henderson. I'll leave it in there for 1 hit. Go to the link in the description, guys. I'm going to give you the props again, the batter props and stuff. And if I come up with any other plays, I'll throw them in the free picks today. So go to the link in the description and click on free picks. I'm going to keep going with the rest of these batters that I just showed you, and then I'm going to show you some unders, RBIs. Okay, those under RBIs have been amazing. Let me start closing some of these tabs. All right, here we go. We got Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now is the next batter that we're looking at. And again, look at, he's gotten at least 1 hit. He's at 90% hit rate overall. Let's go take a look. I'm going to go back into Outlier. I'm going to change the batter to Vladimir. All right. So we go to custom lines. This thing is not letting me do one. Okay, so we're doing the over. They changed this layout. My bad. Anyways, he's going against the same batter here. Or I'm sorry, the same pitcher, Sugano. Actually, this makes no sense. Give me a second. He's facing Sugano. The other guy was facing because the other guy played for the Orioles. Anyways, he's facing this dude, Sugano, 386. Batting average, he does come up to bat between 4 and 5 times. He's came up. Look at this. So this is wrong again. You see what I mean? That's why it's important to. There's no data here at all. It's not giving me any data at all. But then I come here, and it's telling me that he's faced this pitcher 5 times, and he's gotten 3 hits. So that's an average of 0.600, 0.600. So I'm going to keep this, and he's actually got a very strong 0.60 average. So what I'm going to do here, give me a second here. All right, so let me look at his average here is 0.6. All right, 0.66. And this guy is actually updated to 0.25. All right, now we're going to look at Shohei Ohtani. I definitely want to see what he did yesterday. And the day before that, he did not get a hit. But overall, you can see he's gotten a lot of hits here. So I'm just going to go in here and confirm. Go back up here. Change this to Otani. Shohei Otani. I'm going to go on the over. And again, look at he got 2 hits yesterday. So again, that scraper was only pulling the data for 2 games ago, which was 0. If I wouldn't have paid attention to the date, or I wouldn't have done the confirmation here, then I would have missed out because, like I said, right here is showing me he got 2 hits yesterday, and I would have thought he got 0 hits yesterday. This is the reason I do this confirmation. There's no batter versus pitcher stuff. Actually, it does show here that he's faced this guy Bito 4 times and he's got 0 hits against this pitcher. So I'm actually still going to delete this guy, but not for the original reason that I was thinking. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this. All right, guys. So I'll keep his averages there. So this is the information that I've given away. If you go into my free channel, this is I will actually take a screenshot of this, and I will actually send this to you. I've been sending these daily. So again, if you don't want to miss out on this, you would have gotten this screenshot right here for my 2 best batters that I like today, and you would have gotten this right inside your text message and your email. And now I'm going to look at the under RBIs. But if you don't want to miss out on these type of plays, again, go to the link in the description and click on free picks. All right, now I'm going to go into my under RBIs. And this is, I'm not going to try to explain everything because it just starts giving me a headache because it's so much stuff. I'm just going to kind of go through it. The first thing I'm going to do is look at all the batters that are decent for today that have a high hit rate on the under RBIs for the last 8 to 10 games. Then I'm going to look to make sure that they're 7th, 8th, and 9th batters, meaning they're all the way at the bottom of the lineup. And if they are, if all of this matches, then I start looking at the actual teams that they bat for. And if the bats are going to go on the over-unders, and then I'm going to look at the overall picture of the game itself. And if all that is matching on the under, then I throw this play as an under RBI for that batter. So let me walk through exactly what that means. And I'm going to be looking back and forth here. So just to make this a little bit quicker, let me come back here. So what I want to do is I want to go to the first guy here, Conforto, and I want to actually look at something called Fantasy Alarm. And what this does is gives me, the first thing I want to do is I want to go to Fantasy Alarm, and I want to make sure that this batter here is not getting any amount of hits or strong ERAs and stuff like that. Okay. So basically right here, you can see he is the 7th batter. So that is check mark number 1. However, he's gone up to bat 4 times and he's gotten 1 hit. So he's averaging of 0.250 hits against this pitcher, Bito. So I don't like that. He's actually gotten a hit off this guy already. So I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to delete this guy. All right. I'm going to go to Jake Myers. Jake Myers is next. Jake Myers is the 7th batter. You can see this guy, DeGrom, has a great ERA right here, so that's good. And he's got 0 hits, 0 pitches, whatever. So that's 0. So he matches. Now I want to confirm what team he plays for. He plays for the Astros. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to type in Houston. That comes in important later because then I have to do the research on how strong the over-unders are for the team and for the game itself. Okay, so let's go to Matt McLean. Matt McLean, you can see, even though he's the 8th batter, he's got 2 hits off this guy. So he's hitting at 100% hit rate. I don't know if you can see that or not, but basically look at this. If you go into this Matt McLean guy, Where the hell is it now? Matt McLean. He went up to bat twice and he's got 2 hits. That's 100% hit rate, which definitely I don't want because I'm looking on the under RBI. So I want to go back in here and I'm going to delete this guy, Matt McLean. All right, now Royce Lewis. Royce Lewis is next. 0 hits. Okay, decent ERA right here. So that's good. All right, now we just want to make sure that what team he's on is the Twins. And that's Minnesota. Okay. Nick Allen is next. Nick Allen has gone up to bat. He has gone up to, what the hell? Nick Allen has gone up to bat once, and he's got 0 hits. So that's even better for us that he's actually gone up. Sometimes you'll see some batters go up to bat like 10 times and with 0 hits. So that's even stronger. But then you're going to see some odds that are ridiculous, like minus 500, minus 600 on those occasions. So another second piece I'm looking at is the ERA down here. So Trevor Williams has a pretty bad ERA. You can see pretty much all of these guys have gone up to bat against him, and they don't get hits off of him. So that's good. Even though he has a bad ERA right here, this team, for whatever reason, does not get a bunch of hits. So they don't get hits, actually. Well, never mind. I'm sorry. I was looking at the home runs. They do get hits here. So 1 hit, 11 hits, 2 hits, 2 hits, 2 hits, 5 hits. I don't like that because what I'm looking at is the under RBIs. And if all these other guys before him are getting on base, that means that it's going to be a better chance that he's going to get an RBI. So I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to delete that. So again, look, just pay attention on all the stuff you have to kind of be thinking about while you're doing this research. I hope that's making sense. If not, like I said, just go to the link in the description. You don't have to worry about none of this. And then we give them away for free here. Actually, these are part of the VIP. I don't actually throw these out as much anymore because they are such high value that they've been hitting at such a high rate that I've been giving them to the VIP members. So check that out under VIP. Again, if you want access to try to get a chance to get 1 month for free, send me a text and say, hey, I want the form. Fill out this form, and then you'll get a chance. I'm going to pick 2 guys out of the 100, and I'll give away 1 month for free just by filling out this form. All right, let me get back into it. I got a little bit distracted there. So now Willie Benson, he's the 6th batter. So I don't like that already, okay? I do see the odds over here. I mean, not the odds, but the splits, which look decent, but that doesn't fall under my criteria. So I'm very strict on my criteria. I'm not going to do it. He's the 6th batter, not the 7th, 8th, or 9th, like it says here. And then the last guy here is Cam Smith. All right, Cam Smith, he has 0 hits, 0 at-bats, and then this guy, DeGrom, is very good, 2.72 ERA. So you can see there, Cam Smith, 0 right here, 2.72 ERA, 0 at-bats, 0 hits. So there's no split data, but that's still decent. So I'm going to go and I'm going to make sure this says Astros. All right, cool. Now what I want to do is I want to go and make sure that the teams are not supposed to go on the over. So I'll check two places. So give me 1 second here. MLB. So the first team I'm looking at is the Houston Astros and the Twins. There's only two games there. So Twins, let me see. So this is actually, they started at a 9, and now they're all the way at a 9.5. I'm not going to touch that game. And then the Astros they started at a 7.5, and now they're going down to a 7. So what that means automatically is that the line is shifting upward for the game. So the total game for Houston, I'm sorry, not for Houston, for what is this? Not for the Astros, for the Twins. So the line is shifting upward for the Twins. So what that's telling me is to stay away from this Royce Lewis, because that means that they're supposed to score 9 runs, and the line is still shifting upward, which is telling me that they're going to score a lot in that game. So I don't want to mess with that. Again, guys, if you're on Twitter, go to the link in the description, click on this little play button right here. That'll get you hooked up inside of YouTube. That's where we post all our videos. Also, make sure you get the free picks right here. And I'm going to usually, if you were not on this live and you were not getting any alerts and stuff like that, you would get them directly in your email. So you would get, for example, this message here. Where the hell is this? Yeah, you would have got this text right here. All right. So now that I have my last two batters on the under RBIs, where the hell is it? Right here. Under RBIs, I have my two batters. They both play for the Astros. So one thing I will note is that these plays are so strong that some of the books don't allow you to do two batters on the under RBIs. So you have to parlay this with something else. But before I even do that, I want to make sure that the Astros, the team totals, the actual team totals are going to be looking like it's going to be on the under. The game itself looks like it's going to be on the under, but now I want to confirm that the actual team itself is going to look on the under. So let me go and do that. That's going to be for the Astros. All right. So now we're going to go into Hard Rock, or you can choose any book. And I'm going to look for the team. And then I'm going to go down here to say team props. And I'm looking at team totals for the under. So what I'm looking here, average team is going to be like a 7 or an 8. Usually you'll see a 9, 9.5, 7.5, 8.5, whatever it is. What I'm trying to determine here is if the Astros themselves are going to get a bunch of hits or not. So what it's telling me here, let me compare one to the other so you can see what I'm talking about. So right here is telling me that the Rangers are, let's forget about the Rangers. I'm just looking at the line right here. It says over 7.5, under 7.5. So it's telling me that the Rangers are favored to get more hits than the Astros. Actually, it's the same, 125, 125. I guess what I'm trying to share here is that the Astros are favored to get more than 7.5 hits. So that's not a good sign. However, 7.5 hits is not a lot compared to other games that I've seen. Usually it's 7.5, 8.5, 9.5. Sometimes I've seen even 10.5. So for this being this low at a 7.5, even though it's favored to go on the over, it's very light and it's not heavy on the over. Again, the overall general game itself is favored to go on the under. And I already talked about that several different ways. So I do like this. I'm gonna keep this as Astros. And this would be called under 0.5 RBIs. All right. So that's what I have for you guys today. I like the Braves, but the only way I'm going to take that is if they let me zoom in on my beard that this guy was talking shit on. So basically, the two batters that I like is going to be, the batters that I like are going to be Gunnar Henderson from Baltimore Orioles, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. from Toronto Blue Jays, both of those guys to get one hit. And then on the RBIs, we got Jake Myers. Let me just share it so you can see it. So again, Gunnar Henderson to get one hit, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to get one hit. And then we have on the under RBIs, we have Jake Myers from Astros and Cam Smith from Astros. All right, guys. That's my daughter's school calling me. I don't know what's going on, so I'm going to answer that. I hope you guys have a great day. We have been hitting a lot of plays. We're on a 3-day winning streak. Make sure you check out the VIP. Also check out the Discord. I've been sharing a lot of information in there. I'm going to start throwing in more insights and stuff like that. If you're on Twitter, go to the link in the description and click on the little play button, and that'll get you over to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and also check out the free picks. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Let me share this. So make sure you get the free picks. Also check out the VIP and community. And last thing I'll mention again, guys, is send me a text message if you want a chance to win a free VIP for 1 month. I'm going to pick 2 winners. And all you have to do is fill out this form right here and just say, hey, send me the link to the form. Also, make sure you get on the link in the description where it says free picks. I'm going to throw this form out there again. So there's about 2,000 people on that list. So make sure you get on this as soon as you can. All right, guys, that's my daughter's school again. I'm going to answer this. Thank you so much. Let's have a great day.